Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of A.T.O.M RPG. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we talk to this friendly fellow over here. He looks dashing with that hairstyle. Also, I was now noticing that they have their crops outside of their very poor wall, but it at least probably will keep the animals out. But that's also the thing. Wouldn't you want to keep the animals out of this? I don't know. It's expensive to do this stuff. Maybe they were planning on expanding later. This is a fairly new settlement, as far as I'm led to believe. They do moonshine, which I don't know what. I mean, I guess you can make moonshine out of anything. I'm pretty sure. So they made it out of radish. Is that what it is? I don't know what these are, but still. In front of you, there's a short man with a mustache. He's wearing a dirty T-shirt that was once decorated with frivolous tropical patterns. Frivolous. Frivolous means pointless. Do you mean vibrant somehow? Or do you mean... There's another word that kind of is similar to frivolous that means vibrant or happy. And I don't know what it is, but there's another one. So if any of you knows, please feel free to comment down below. As he sees you, he begins to grin and a net of wrinkles spread across his friendly face. Hello, brother. Hi, I didn't want to be a man to this guy, and now I don't want to be a brother to this guy. I can be very picky with these people. He still loved me, though. He's just like, I love you the most out of all the wanderers, he said. He didn't. It was a narrator that said it, but still. Are you free to chat? The man curls up his dense mustache and merrily winks at you. Oh, only a bad worker refuses a smoke break. Sure, I'm Tolik. Nice to meet you. Actually, you haven't seen many people smoke. Do you have cigarettes? I think we have cigarettes. I wonder... That would be like... Everybody smokes here. That would be the defining thing of this post-apocalypse. Because this is out of 1985. So, like, there's... I mean, I guess there's not necessarily a tobacco industry pushing for everybody to smoke, so I'm not really sure how that would persist in a post-apocalyptic world. But if it's anywhere close to what it was like in the 80s, then oh boy, smoke's everywhere. We have it very different these days, and some of us see even I haven't seen anybody smoke a cigarette next to me in probably years. Not even next to me, like, in real life. I haven't seen it in years. Probably, yeah. I just don't... I don't have anybody in my life that smokes, so, yeah, I'm sure, you know, I'm an exception. But still, it's like, it's very different. It's very, very different these days from what it was. So, yeah, he extends his arms and a handshake. Shake hands in silence. Let's see, let's go with that. Although his palm is small, his handshake is firm as it is becoming of a simple, hard-working man. Tell me that what's happening in the world, he says. We're sitting here like hermits and almost never go see other people. That's why we're always curious to learn about the latest trends in society. Well, everything is going to crap. That's the latest trend right now. Can I say that? Can I say that? The society is moving in the right direction? It's very helpful. It's actually what I told to that guy, so... Anyway, hell if I know. It seems everything as usual. World as it stands still. There's nothing to indicate. I think the world is getting more dangerous by the day. Let's go with that. Yeah, there are criminals on the roads and monsters in the forests. Yeah, let's go with that. Stop fretting so much, he says. It was dangerous right after the war. Those were scary times. People don't like to recall them now. If they do recall them, it's always with a shiver because of what was happening back then and what people had to do to survive. Yeah. They don't do that too much. I like the notion of a game that's taken place right after the war, like in the next few months. Like, yeah, that sort of stuff. Like, that's one of the reasons why I prefer 28 Days Later rather than the other one that came before. What was the other one? Or was it 28 Days Later that came before the 28 Weeks Later? I don't know. Or like, for example, The Road. Is it The Road? Is it The Road that's a movie with the... I don't remember his name though. Yeah, Virgo? What's his name? The guy that plays Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings. There's a post-apocalyptic world with him and a kid, and I don't remember the kid's name either, or the actor. Virgo Jonsson. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a fantastic movie. Go see it. I think it is called The Road, and it is really good. And it's also right after the war, and it's precisely about this story. And I wonder if we could do a role-playing game like that. Is anybody out there watching a sequel for Atom RPG set right after the war? Wouldn't that be cool? Especially with all the focus on dialogue, so we could just go full on and just describe all the things, because that's the best part of just like the feel and the reality of it. It's not just about killing everything. It's about the war inside your head, regarding all the things. So what the people had survived. Yeah, it all comes full circle. Apparently, I can just choose whatever. No, I can't. Wait. Those with a clear conscience are not afraid to recall. I worry more about the quote-unquote present times. I've got a feeling that the post-apocalyptic 90th are making a comeback. Oh, the poor narrator for the introduction. People were commenting on the first video about the 25th. No, sorry, the 2005th, that's the word that he used to describe 2005, which I think is good. Like, the intro movie was good because it was, like, with this thick Russian accent. It was clearly a Russian speaker narrating, and I thought that was good. It set the tone, and there's no shame to have an accent. I say that as a person who has an accent, and I say that as a person who listens to other people who have accents as well, like thick accents sometimes. And accents that are hard to understand, but you grow to understand people as you keep listening. But there's no shame in an accent. It's just it's fine, and especially in art, there is absolutely no shame. I think, like, for example, Banner Saga uses Nordish. Is that the correct word? Like, from the north of Europe? That's not. I'm sure that's not the correct word. But anyway, the Slavs? Is that Slavs? I don't. Somebody will correct me in the comments. Please do. Anyway, they have this very thick, sort of Danish or Swedish accent to all their voice actors in the Banner Saga, and I thought that was really cool because it doesn't damage anything. It doesn't make it worse. And honestly, the second movie, because we see two movies right at the beginning, the second movie was with a very clear American accent, and I'm just like, this puts me off a little bit. Not because I have anything against American accents. I'm totally fine with it. I can't even tell most of the time that it's American accent. Just it's so much that I'm used to it. It's just that it's so different from the Russian accent that sort of it takes you all out of that. So what I'm saying is, it's the writer, or the translator rather, that messed this up. Because I have never seen in my life anybody make this mistake. Not that I see a lot of people make mistakes. So I can't. It might be a common mistake, is what I'm trying to say. But it is the second time it happens. So what he means is the 90s. And I think that is just that the narrator was reading, not translating the numbers into 2005. It was spelled out in the line, which is what you should do for a voice actor. You shouldn't put numbers, because it's gonna mess it up. You should always spell things out. So yeah, that wasn't the mistake of the voice actor. Interesting to know. I'm gonna say that, even though I don't know what he means. The post-apocalyptic 90s are gonna come back. Bite your tongue, he says. I also don't know what that means, so I think it's good. We're quid for quo. We're one for each other. It's all good. That's the last thing we need! Exclamation mark, 2 dots. We have talked about that. What makes you say that? Obviously, life is not great, but it could have been worse. Can I just be like a real downer? I'm pondering. No, I've been in the wasteland, and I can tell you with confidence, it's more dangerous than ever before. All the downing. Oh, it's sad to hear this, he says. I haven't been venturing out of our camp as it is, and now it turns out I've been right to do so. That's bad. That's really sad, he says. Yeah, I want to ask you something. How's life? Oh, not bad at all. The guys and I are doing pretty swell. Moonshine is the new petroleum. According to local standards, of course. The man smirks, but the smile gradually leaves his face and he sighs sadly, as he probably remembers what I was saying before. I only worry for one of us, Stepka. He's a nice guy, but way too impressionable, to the point that it drives him crazy. I got it into his head that he's ill with some disease, and it's impossible to convince him otherwise. I can see that the man is killing himself with self-persuasion, but there's nothing I can do to help him. Okay, so let's take this let's take this as face value here, and see what we have. We have a man that is not necessarily delusional, but he's very optimistic, right? That's one thing. He's very optimistic and he's very upbeat and all that. It seems that he's very upbeat. Then he claims that he convinced Stepka, whom I assume is the guy that this fellow over here was talking about, having the syndrome, whatever the syndrome I don't remember the name of. I assume that's my assumption here, so it's gonna be a leap of faith. But he claims that he convinced him. What I'm thinking is that he's really ill, and he said that he was ill, and all of this is all in his head, because that would be really in character, and also kind of funny if this is sort of a misdirection for my character. If I can, that would be funny. That would be really cool if we did a quest. I don't know how it would work, but if you did a quest where you convince him, guy, with his self-persuasion, it's got a name. What is it called? Hypochondriac? That's not the word. What's the word for, like, it's not the placebo effect, because that's a different thing. Well, I guess it's somehow related. But it's hypochondriac, isn't it? That when people get sick because they think they're sick, and they get the symptoms because of that, which, you know, works more with pain-related symptoms than anything else, because that's, you know, pain is all psychological, so it all fits together easily, and you get pain when it shouldn't. But especially because the symptoms of this are very sort of psychological and based and all that. But anyway, wouldn't it be cool if we persuaded him he wasn't sick, and then he dies because he was sick all along? And I'm like, no, you told me you were... What is this? That would be funny. Let's see what happens. But I'm just taking it at face value. Are you sure he's not really ill? Let's go with that. Sure, he does this regularly. He learns about a new disease, convinces himself that he's ill. Okay, there's some background here, so it's not what he was saying. Takes various rubbish as man. So he's a jerk. You jerk. You know what he's doing, and you still went in there and convinced him that he was... You are a piece of crap. You know what that you are? You are the thing that you feed to these little plants so you can make moonshine out of? Yeah, you are the crap that you put in there. Takes various rubbish as, quote, medicine, unquote, and, quote, gets better, unquote. Then he repeats the cycle. This is traditional. However, this time he's gone too far with lying to himself. You lied to him. You lied to him. You were a terrible... You said it. What a terrible person. He got it into his head. Wait. Did I misread? I misread. You're not... I'm sorry, Tolik. You're the best. I'm so sorry. He got it into his head. No, I got it. I'm sorry. I misread. It's not for the first time either. There you go. Tolik, sorry. I'm sorry if you noticed that. And, yeah. So, it's good. Yeah. So, that rant... Forget that I did it. It's fine. Let's see. Let's try to help. The man thinks about it for a moment, then nods in agreement. Sure, give it a go, although it's impossible to change his mind with sane arguments. If Stepka got some silly idea into his head, it's serious. Shoot, I don't know. Maybe you should try to improvise. Yeah, as soon as I have time. Let's ask something else. So, he is... he goes back to that. So that's the first question. Do you have any work to do, or do we have a lot of work to do here? We got plenty of work, but I don't think you're cut out for it. You're obviously a traveler, a vagabond. Well, which is very... That's... I don't know if that's an insult, but it is in Portuguese. So I don't know. I imagine it isn't in English, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's a wanderer. The word is a wanderer, and even that can be a pretty insult thing, an insulting thing. Anyway, it's all rooted in history. The reasons why this has connotations with with insults and all that sort of stuff. Which, yeah. Anyway, while we are here, are farmers and amateur chemists. We're amateur chemists. We're attached to our households. Sure. What do you tell me about this place? What can you tell me? It's a good reinforced hut standing next to the mountains and pine forests. A river flows nearby. It's a perfect place for our moonshine operation. The moonshine that locals don't buy, we sell to the merchants from Paragon who sail down the river. They sail down the river? That is cool. This is the life, he says. Yeah, it is. You get to see boats. Sailing boats. That's the best thing. And there's plenty of wind, as you can hear. That is the best thing. So... Yeah, that says back to that. Okay, would you care to share some rumors? There's a rumor that the boss of the local lands, Dan from the factory, has gained support of the Krasnoznameni city's Chamber of Commerce. This means that he and his criminal gang are now the main force in the wasteland. Sorry, the West Wasteland. I don't even know whether to feel happy about it or not. On the one hand, there definitely will be more order. On the other, you can bid farewell to all freedom. I don't know what freedom you're talking about. Or I don't like what are you trying to say? More government? Is that what it is? And freedom means less government? Cuz that, yeah, I suppose, cuz they are now part of the government. Is that what you're saying? Oh, I don't even know how to feel happy about it. It's more government. So yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what freedom though would mean here. Cuz yeah. I'm not sure. It might be a token line, though. Because if it is... Because we're not dealing with, like, slavery. We're not dealing... as far as I can tell, anyway. We're not... I mean, the kidnappings are a bit of a problem. More order. Maybe it's the taxes. Maybe that's what it means. Because, I mean, I guess it can also be a word for that. You can use, oh, I get more taxes, which means I have less freedom. Sure. But it's not like... They go around and be like, do you like Krasnoznameni? You don't? I'm gonna take away your freedom and say that and put you in jail because you don't like Krasnoznameni or something. Yeah, nothing specific. Let's have a chat with this fellow over here that just going around. Oh my god, his eyes. His beard, though. You see a sick... Oh, is he the one? I think he's the one. A sick, pale, gaunt man dressed in what looks like a burlap coat. The man is looking around dumbly. Sure. Stupidly might be a better word for this, because it is more regarding what he's doing. And he's ceaselessly sneeveling. As he what is sneeveling? I don't know what sneeveling is. I've heard of the expression, you sneeveling coward, but I just imagine it's like a insult. So I don't know what it is, you know, technically. As he sees you, however, he livens up. Livens. It must be livens. And raises his hands in protest. Wait, don't come any closer. I'm contagious at you. Yeah, I'm not gonna sneeze on a microphone. I do that sometimes and it's bad. My immune system is so strong, you'd think all I eat is vitamins, which would kill me if that was the case. So don't worry. The man spits thick reddish saliva and rubs his forehead tiredly, his hands shaking. I'm gonna get poisoned, ain't I? Oh, don't count on your immune system. I, too, used to think that my good health was forever. However, as I got ill with the Krasnov syndrome, that was it. My life lost its color. Have you heard about this disease? I have. Oh, that's good. That's very good that you are aware of it. Forewarned is forearmed. Although I got the Krasnov syndrome right after I learned about it. Good job. The diesel merchant told me about this cure for my medicine. At least now I, cough cough, have a chance to survive. Oh, he was the one that was coughing, going around. Yeah, that's interesting. Also, if you force the cough, you're gonna get tired and dead. So, because coughing is bad for your head. Just headaches, it's bad. At least for me. Although since I started the treatment, the disease has been fighting back. Stomach cramps, constant nausea, vomiting. Still, at least now there's hope. Yeah, you're probably getting killed. What can I ask? What you do you know why it's called? That's the comma's all in the wrong place. But what I need to ask. Yeah, it's this one. Tell me about the remedy he recommended you. The only one that truly works. Diesel. Oh, a diesel merchant. A diesel merchant. Was it a diesel merchant? Yes. Okay. I've got to drink it every day or two. Rotten meat tastes better, but it works, damn it. Each time I drink it, I get awful pain in my stomach. This means that, cough cough, the disease is waning. Whenever the merchant comes here, I always buy diesel bottles from him. Do you know why it's called the Krasnov syndrome and not someone else's, for example? I hope this is a leading question, because if it is, I might be able to convince him that Diesel is bad. I don't know. Maybe it was the name of the first person infected? Yeah, that's probably it. That's not how it works. The people who die for also, you don't know who was infected for it the first time around, because that's not how it works. Usually, diseases are named after the people who diagnose them, or that's not really it is diagnosing them, but it's more in sort of the saying, okay, this disease does this, and it just building a little box and saying these symptoms make up this disease, and I've seen it happen here and here and here and here, and you write a paper, and it gets named after you if you're lucky, or unlucky, depends on many things, but still, I don't know. Yeah, your merchant is poisoning you to make a small profit. Or a big profit. I don't know how expensive those are. No way! I can feel I'm getting better by the hour. My health improves with each passing minute. The man grabs his stomach with a look suggesting he's about to drop dead. Gradually, he recollects himself and continues feebly. Diesel gives me life, a hope for a bright future, and cough cough, stuff like that. You understand that you can't make this poor soul change his mind by reasoning with him, much less by trying to scare him. Yeah, I sort of understood that before. So I'm gonna go perform a healing dance? What is he gonna say? Oh, that was a terrible dance. I'm not healing. Because it's a dexterity check. I'm gonna go with personality. We can't actually do speech. Alright then, listen to my command. The disease leaves your body right this moment. It's an exorcism. Could have just said it, an exorcism. And I succeeded. I succeeded. You make an important face, quote unquote, and strictly look the quote unquote patient right in the eye. Surprisingly, it works. The man nods like enchanted, and suddenly, like he were enchanted, and suddenly begins to frantically touch his stomach as if something has disappeared from it. You'd hope that it's the Diesel, but I don't know. Whoa, I feel the disease leave my body, he says. Get out, you darned Krasnov syndrome. Go back to where you came from. It's amazing. Feeling better? Oh, much better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can feel the life force coming back to me. I can breathe so easily now. Yeah, since you're cured, I suggest you stop drinking Diesel. Right, I have no need for it anymore. From now on, it's just sport and a healthy diet. You know what? Why don't you take the remaining bottles? Maybe you'll meet another sufferer that you won't be able to cure with your magic methods. Then at least you can prescribe the Diesel to the pure soul. Yeah, you'd better give it to me, to be on the safe side of everyone in here. I gained 5 Diesel. Is it gasoline? I better hope it isn't. Oh, it's up there. Diesel. It is not gasoline, it's diesel. Good. The distinction is important. So it's actually not diesel, it's diesel fuel. Diesel is the type of engine. Because was it some dude, speaking of dudes who made up stuff, some dude who made up the way to make that engine, and that's what it means. It's not the correct term. Anyway, he now is sneeveling only. I would love to know what that is. But anyway, we have succeeded. We gained a little bit of experience. One would think that I'd gain a huge amount of experience, but I didn't. Oh, I'm also hungry. I should be able to cook some stuff. This house looks awesome. This house looks great. And it's obvious that it doesn't rain too much because they don't even bother fixing the ceiling. It's all good. Also, I wonder what this is. Is it a metal, corrugated metal ceiling, or is it like an asbestos-looking place thing that, not tiles or whatever, I don't know what they are. So, there's the boat. Let's save before I get on it. I can't get on it. Oh, just wanted to see if anything happened. You see a frowning, slouching man of pre-retirement age. He's wearing a stretched sweater with greasy sleeves and thermal ski pants. His disheveled hair, dark hair, has evidently known only one brush, his owner's fingers. Hey mate, if you're here to see Petrovich, then he's inside the hut as usual. Come on in, don't be shy. What's your beef, man? It's just personal issues, don't worry about it. Tell me. When the war was over, my daughter and I were survivors. My Dunya, we came across a village that was being rebuilt called Pushkinsky, and we settled down there. I can work as a mechanic. I would repair cars and farm machinery the best way I could. When my daughter grew up, she started doing housework and gardening. She was very good at it. We even had a surplus of food we grew, so she would take various cucumbers and tomatoes to the market and exchange them for the goods. For other goods. I assume that your torment has something to do with your daughter. Well, he wouldn't. Old people do tell all the weird ways of telling stories. They just go on completely wild rambles, much like I do. But no, actually a lot worse than I do, and just don't go to the point. So maybe this has nothing to do. No, one day I fell down the stairs and broke my leg, and that's why I'm grouchy. Yeah, I don't know if that's what he says. I'm gonna listen uninterruptedly. One day, bandits came across our village. I'm not sure what happened, but I guess they started extorting money from our chairman. But where could our village get the money from? We would either use it as a potluck or exchange it. Then the bandits found out there was a car mechanic there. They made me take a look at their car and mend it where necessary. While I was laboring under the hood, one of them saw my daughter and suddenly became so gorgeous, which is lucky for you. Or for her in this particular situation, I guess for you, because I'm assuming she got fridged or killed or something. Well, I thought my Dunya managed to melt even the heart of a bandit, because I'm an idiot who can't know anything. The gang decided it was too late and dangerous to go back to the wasteland at night, so they stayed in the village. And in the morning, I couldn't find my daughter. That bandit took her away, and he probably offered to give her a ride to the market. You're sure? I'm sure that was what happened. She just took a ride. I ran to the market, but nobody there saw my Dunya. Yeah. In short, are you beefing because of your daughter? Whatever. It's just the dust you lost your daughter, and who knows what happened to her. It's like, why would you have... let's continue listening. The man sighs sadly and sleeks his greasy hair with the outspread palm of his hand. So I've been looking for them for a long time. I found their camp, well, what was left of it, but the bandits themselves weren't around anymore. I followed their trace, I saw so many horrible things in the wasteland, and I went through a lot. So I found a factory not far from here that the bandits had occupied, but I couldn't get inside it, no matter how much I've tried. The guardsmen at the gates once told me that they had no women there, but where else should I look for her? The gangs of the wastelands are uncountable. Yeah, you still haven't figured out. This guy's very smart. So the grief made me start drinking. I came across this hut, sort of made myself useful here. So that's my story. That's my beef, as I put it. Very good point, because I did come up with that word. The man becomes silent and lowers his eyes. Maybe he went deep in his thoughts, or maybe he just has nothing left to say. I'll be brutally honest with you. The chances that there was nobody in there. The chances that she has survived are very slim. The man looks glumly at his feet. Finally, without raising his eyes, he gives you a short nod and clenches his rifle harder. I think he must have known that already at some level. Yeah, perhaps you're right. But I'm her father, you see? I just can't accept it. Otherwise, what do I have to live for? It's all pointless. Yeah. He spits on the ground dryly and with a loud snivel looks up at you again. You notice that the man's eyes have gone slightly red. If you happen to meet her somewhere, let me know about it. I'll appreciate it. And if she's, well, then also let me know. He slouches his shoulders tiredly and sighs heavily. Well, if I meet her, I will. Alright, I have a few more questions. In fact, I have the end of the episode, so I'll ask you the questions next episode. So... yeah, we have a quest. She might be alive. I wonder what story she has to tell. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Atom RPG. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.